Abhi, I just got a message to the live.
Yeah, but I haven't configured it yet, and it's still like looking. Okay, we are live now.
All right, so you start.
Yeah, we can start now.
All right. Hello, everyone. I am Prabhat Jha, President of MSI 2022-23. Welcome to this edition of the Special General Assembly, wherein we'll be voting upon some important um, constitution change proposals. We are we should be starting with the attendance, and before that, I would like to um, appoint the plenary team for this special general assembly. Um, we would be appointing the plenary chair as Divya Garg as the plenary chair for this special general assembly. Aboli Borse as the plenary co-chair, and we have Sana Mahajan as the minute taker. And thereby, hereby handing it over to the plenary team. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everybody. I hope I'm audible. Can somebody confirm?
Yeah,
Yeah, you are audible.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Welcome to Special General Assembly 2023. Hoping this meeting goes well for everybody. I would like to introduce myself and thereafter my team. So I am Dr. Divya Garg, Chair for Special General Assembly 2023. I have along with me Aboli as my co-chair, and I have Sana as the minutes taker. So over to you, Aboli.
Hello everyone, I'm Aboli Borse, a final year medical student from SMBT Nashik, and I'll be serving as co-chair for this special general assembly. Moving forward, I'll give the mic to Sana. Is Sana there in the meeting?
Yes, I'm present.
Please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, I am Sana Mahajan and I shall be the minute taker for today's meeting. Thank you.
All right, so we'll begin with the attendance. We'll begin with the attendance of the plenary team first, then with the EBTO, followed by the Supervisory Council. Dr. Divya Garg present. Aboli Borse.
Present.
Dr. Sana Mahajan.
Present.
Moving towards the EBTO, Dr. Prabhat Jha.
Here.
Dr. Neelam Salian.
Present.
Dr. Gurnoor Kaur.
Present.
Dr. Diksha Joshi.
She's absent.
Okay. Dr. Arpita Saxena.
Present.
Dr. Soham Agarwal.
Present.
Dr. Alesh Shah.
Present.
Prateek Sarangi.
Present.
Pankhuri Sharma.
Present.
Nidhi Mukhi. Nidhi Mukhi.
She's absent.
Navya.
Present.
Shikhar Dapas.
He won't be joining as well.
Okay. Shrutika. Shrutika Bhatt. Shrutika, can you please confirm if you're there?
She isn't here as well.
Okay. Anaga.
Present.
Shivani.
Present.
Dr. Riya Rajkumar,
Present.
Adarsh Srivastava,
Present.
Dr. Prastuti Verma.
She won't be able to join.
Okay. Kritika Malik. Kritika Malik.
She won't be joining.
Kritika Gogoi.
Present.
Hamza Ansari.
Present.
Adarsh Netha.
Present.
Harsh Joshipura.
Present.
Uma Swami.
Present.
Moving towards the roll call for the Supervisory Council. Dr. Purva Prabha Patil.
Present.
Dr. Molly Mehta.
Present.
Dr. Varisha Fatima.
Present.
Okay, just a moment. We have 18 of the 24 members of the EBTO present. So the quorum is achieved. Okay. Gurnur, you'll be sharing the screen.
Sure, just give me a minute. Just a point of information for the plenary team. We have Shrutika Bhatt with us now.
Okay. So we have 19 of the 24 EBTO members now.
Point of information.
Yes. Who's it? Yes, Shrutika.
We have other members who have joined the meeting, so attendance might have to be taken again.
All right. Give me a moment. Okay, so we shall begin with the attendance again. Again, the order remains the same. We shall have the attendance of the plenary team, followed by the EBTO, and then the Supervisory Council. So, attendance of the plenary team, Dr. Divyakar present, Aboli Borse,
Present.
Dr. Sana Mahajan.
Present.
Moving towards the roll call of the EBTO, Dr. Prabhat Jha,
Here.
Dr. Neelam Salyan,
Present.
Dr. Gulnur Kaur,
Present.
Dr. Diksha Joshi. She's not there. Dr. Arpita Saxena,
Present.
Dr. Soham Agrawal,
Present.
Dr. Alesh Shah, Dr. Alesh Shah,
I guess he's having some issues with the mic. I'll ask him to put it in the chat box. We can go ahead, I guess.
all right. Pratik Sarangi,
Present.
Pankhuri Sharma,
Present.
Nidhi Mukhi, she's not there. Navya,
Present.
Shikhar Dabas, She's not there. Shrutika Bhatt.
She's replied in the chat box.
All right. Anaga.
Present.
Shivani.
Present.
Dr. Riya Rajkumar.
Present.
Adarsh Srivastava.
Present.
Dr. Prastuti Verma. Dr. Prastuti Verma.
She won't be joining.
Kritika Malik.
She won't be joining.
Kritika Gogoi.
Present.
Hamza Ansari.
Present.
Adarsh Netha.
Present.
Harsh Joshipura.
Present.
Uma Swami.
Present.
Moving towards the Supervisory Council, Dr. Purva Prabha Patil.
Present.
Dr. Molly Mehta.
Present.
Dr. Varisha Fatima.
Present.
Okay. We have 19 of the 24 members from the EBTO present. The quorum is achieved. We shall move towards the plenary now.
Just confirming once, is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
All right, thank you.
Yes. Okay. So we'll go ahead with the plenary now. Go to next screen. Just a moment.
Can I confirm with the plenary team if they're facing any issues or require any assistance?
Just a moment. There were some connectivity issues. I'll just require 1 minute. All right. I'll hand over the stage to Aboli.
So good evening, everyone. We'll once go through the plenary motions for everyone to understand. For quorum to have a validity, 2/3 of the EBTO needs to be present. Passing a bylaw by simple majority means more in favor of against. Choosing one option out of 2 or more will be counting as relative majority, where we'll be going for the motion with the highest votes. Adopting a document policy or guidelines, 2/3 of the majority would be required. Gunnar, can you go to the next slide, please? Okay. Yes. explaining the most common route. Whenever, in this case, constitutional change proposal is explained, we will ask the proposer for explanation. After that, we will open the call for seconders. If the seconders are there, then we'll ask for amendments. If there are no amendments, we will ask for direct negatives. If no direct negatives are presented, the motion will pass with name or contra. Next one, please, Gunnar. For every motion, we'll need to have a seconder. If not, the motion will fail. Okay. Sure. So for amendments, if made, the proposal will need to accept, then the seconder would need to accept, then the motion will be incorporated. Then again, we will ask for any more amendments if needed to be made. Then we'll move on to direct negatives, if any. If not, the verdict would be announced accordingly. Moving on. Yes. In short, we start with the constitutional change proposal. We go for amendments. We go for direct negatives. Then, if direct negatives are present, we ask for alternative motions, and then we take votes upon alternative versus original motions, and we present the verdict. Thank you, Gunnar. Yes. Basically. Just move on to yes, thank you. Before starting with the procedural motions, I will, just a second. I request 1 minute break. Okay. I will hand it over to the plenary chair from now on. Thank you so much.
All right. We'll go ahead with the procedural motion first. So the proposer for the procedural motion is Dr. Gurnoor Kaur, position as the VPI 2223. The original bylaw is 21.3.1. In any unforeseen circumstances, a special general assembly can be called by the executive board to make bylaw changes, EBTO, elect EBTO members, or to replace an EBTO member who resigned / was removed after taking permission from the supervisory council and informing members of MSCI about the same. Proposed changes to the bylaws is to suspend this bylaw. Explanation, as explained, is to allow for the constitutional change proposals. Would the proposer like to explain?
Yeah, we are suspending this bylaw as the bylaws currently do not have any scope for amending the constitution. Neither is there a section for the same in the constitution. So in order to make constitutional changes, we are suspending this bylaw.
Okay. Do we have a seconder for the motion? Dr. Soham Agrawal. Okay, we go towards the vote.
Hi, give us just 5 minutes. We're opening the vote.
Okay. Okay, so we will be taking a break for 2 minutes. There's some technical glitch that we are facing, and we'll resolve that and resume the plenary shortly. All right. We would like to apologize for the delay. We have just received an email stating that the proposer would like to withdraw the procedural motion. So since the procedural motion has been withdrawn, there would be no voting for the same, and we shall move ahead with the other bylaws changes. Gurnur, kindly please share the screen. Gurnur, are you there?
Yeah, just give me a second. Is my screen, let me know if the screen become like when the screen becomes visible. I hope it's visible now.
Yes, it's visible.
All right. So we'll move ahead with the MSI Constitutional Change Proposal 1. The proposer is Dr. Gurnur Kaur as the Vice President of Internal Affairs 22-23. The original paragraph of the Constitution is 1.3. The association is registered in the Court of Law of Republic of India as non-governmental organization under the Societies Registration Act 1860. For 1.4, MSCI India is the official national member organization of International Federation of Medical Students Association, IFMSA, and was adopted as a full member at the 65th General Assembly, August meeting in Puebla, Mexico. The proposed changes to the paragraph of the Constitution is as follows. 1.3, the association is registered in the Court of Law of the Republic of India as non-governmental organization under the Societies Registration Act 1860. It is the official national member organization of International Federation of Medical Students Association, IFMSA, and was adopted as a full member at 65th General Assembly, August meeting in Puebla, Mexico. The proposer would like to explain.
Yeah, just doing a change in the numbering and clubbing 2 points. I hope I was audible.
Yes. Any seconders? One second. Okay, we have Dr. Riya Rajkumar as the seconder. Any amendments? I see none. Any direct negatives? I see none. The motion passes nemo contra. We shall move to MSI Constitution Change Proposal 2nd. The proposer name is Dr. Gurnur Kaur. Position as the Vice President of Internal Affairs 22-23. The original paragraph of the Constitution is 3.2 Objectives, 3.2.1 Programs for the benefit of medical students, 3.2.2 Providing a forum for medical students to discuss issues related to individual and community health, education and science, and to formulate policies from such discussions. 3.2.3 To be an association for communication and representation of Indian medical students domestically and internationally. 3.2.4 To provide a link between members and international organizations and to encourage cooperation between them. The proposed changes to the paragraph of the Constitution. 3.2 The objectives of the association are as listed below. 3.3 Programs for the benefit of medical students. 3.4 Providing a forum for medical students to discuss issues related to individual and community health, education and science, and to formulate policies from such discussions. 3.5 To be an association for communication and representation of Indian medical students domestically and internationally. 3.6 To provide a link between members and international organizations and to encourage cooperation between them. Would the proposer like to explain?
No.
Do we have any seconders for the motion? Dr. Shrutika Bhatt. Do we have any amendments? I see none. Is there a direct negative for the motion? I see none. The motion passes nemo contra. Moving ahead to the proposal change number 3. Okay. So the proposer is Dr. Gurnoor Kaur as the position of Vice President for Internal Affairs. The original paragraph of the Constitution is Section 4 Terminologies. 4.1. In this Constitution, the words and expressions following have the meaning hereinafter assigned to them respectively. 4.1.1. Medical student is considered a student in training to become an MBBS medical doctor in a higher education institution recognized by the state where they study. 4.1.2. Member means a member of the association. 4.1.3. Executive Board or EB means the Executive Board of MSA India. 4.1.1. EBTO meeting means the meeting of the executive boards and the team of officials as described in section 10. 4.1.5. Standing committees means working body of the organization which have particular aims and objectives to help achieve the objectives of the organization. 4.1.6. Team of officials or TO means the standing committee national officers, regional directors, and Director of Public Relations and Communications. 4.1.7. Supervisory Council means a council comprising of minimum 3 members who guide and supervise the working of executive board and team of officials and are elected by them in the beginning of their term. 4.1.8. Unit of MSCI is specialized body that works in a specific field and is headed by General Secretary who reports to the head of the unit and is guided by steering committee. 4.1.9. Regions in MSCI are defined as followed. 4.1.9.1. North, Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, Delhi, Uttarakhand, and Uttar Pradesh. 4.1.9.2. East, Bihar, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, West Bengal, Sikkim, Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, Manipur, Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram. 4.1.9.3. South, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Puducherry, and Lakshadweep. 4.1.9.4. West, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Goa, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Daman and Diu, and Dadra and Nagpur and Nagar Havelis. 4.1.10. OLMs or online meetings are teleconference meetings held by MSI officials by giving sufficient prior notice and the minutes of these meetings are recorded. 4.1.11. Plenary is an official meeting where quorum should be present to vote upon important decisions such as bylaw changes, procedural motions, adopting policies, reports, and electing the new EBTO. 4.1.12. Quorum is defined as the minimum number of members of voting body that must be present at any meeting to make the proceedings at the meeting valid. 4.1.13. IFMSA or International Federation of Medical Students Association is a network of medical students from all over the world and comprises national member organizations. 4.1.14. Annual General Meeting AGM means the meeting of all the members of the association duly called and constitutional and adjourned meeting thereof. It is convened at the National General Assembly. 4.1.15. Local committee is a state or a combination of state and union territory selected as per the National Medical Council database, which is liable to change in the upcoming years. Proposed changes to the paragraph of the Constitution, Section 4, Interpretation and Definitions. 4.1. In these constitutional rules, the words and expressions following have the meaning hereinafter assigned to them respectively. 4.1.1, medical student is considered a student in training to become a medical doctor in a higher educational institution recognized by their state where they study. 4.1.2, member means a member of the organization. 4.1.3, executive board means Executive Board of Medical Students Association of India. 4.1.1, team of official means team of officials of Medical Students Association of India. 4.1.5, EBTO meeting means the meeting of executive board or team of officials as described in section 11. 4.1.6, annual general meeting, AGM, means the meeting of all the members of the association duly called and constituted and adjourned meeting thereof. Would the proposer like to explain?
No.
Do we have a seconder for the motion? Dr. Neelam Salian, do we have any amendments? I see none. Do we have a direct negative? I see none. The motion passes nemo contra. We shall move to the next proposal. MSI Constitution Change Proposal. The proposer is Dr. Gurnoor Kaur, position Vice President, Internal Affairs. The original paragraph of the Constitution is Section 5, Internal Structure. 5.1, the internal structure comprises a constitutional division, a fundamental division, and an election commission. 5.1.1, the constitutional division entails the executive board and a team of officials, a body of 24 officials who officially represent the Medical Students Association of India and take active decisions in its administration. 5.1.2, the fundamental division consists of local committee representatives, LCR, and college representatives, CR, who represent the Medical Students Association of India at the local levels and take an active part in the formation of the constitutional division. 5.1.3, the Election Commission is a body of administrators who will oversee the election of the fundamental division. The proposed changes to the paragraph of the Constitution, Section 5, Powers of Organization. 5.1, to raise funds by membership organizations, registrations, subscriptions, levies, donations, and other means. 5.2, to enter the notarized contracts with employees, members, sponsors, media, and other persons, companies, organizations, and agencies. 5.3, to acquire, by purchase, lease, or grant any property and to manage, let, sell, exchange, or otherwise deal with property owned or used by the association with the approval of the EB. 5.4, to publish books, journals, papers, and other printed or otherwise published matter. 5.5, to appoint individuals and establish subcommittees to undertake specific tasks as required. 5.6, to engage legal counsel to take legal action in matters affecting the association as approved by the EB, to take up any other actions in the best interest of the organizations which are not in contravention of the Constitution or bylaws with approval from 2/3 majority amongst the EBTO. 5.7, to sign, execute, and deliver any deed or document relating to the business of association as approved by the EB. 5.8, to manage funds in the interest of the organization and to meet the expenses of any member of the EBTO or person acting on their behalf and shall be approved by the VPF. 5.9, to hold meetings of members, to conduct its meetings in person or by teleconference in case of unavoidable circumstances, to regulate all proceedings as at its meetings in such a manner as it may deem fit. 5.10, to remove office holders as mentioned in section 7.4 of bylaws. 5.11, to create and confer such awards and or honors as the EBTO deems fit. 5.12, to make amendments in accordance with the Constitution mentioned in section 17. 5.13, any member or non-member can be held accountable for inappropriate behavior, including but not limited to bullying, defamation, harassment, and action can be taken against them that includes but is not limited to termination of membership as per the section 9 or legal actions as described by executive board in consultation with the supervisory council. Explanation as provided. Internal structure is not required in constitution. Would the proposer like to explain?
No.
Do we have a seconder for the motion? Dr. Neelam Salyan. Do we have any amendments? I see none. Do we have any direct negative? Dr. Shrutika Bhatt. Shrutika, do you have any direct negative? Do you have any alternate motion?
We'll send it in the chat.
Okay. Wait a second. All right, so we do not have any alternate motions. We shall proceed ahead with the voting.
Can the SIPCO please notify when the voting is on?
The voting will begin shortly.
I think we have the Tupco in the waiting room. Can someone please let her in?
Hello, everyone. Apologies for the delay. We're facing some technical issue. Give us 5-10 minutes and we'll let you know as soon as we open the vote.
All right. Thank you for the notification. I think we shall proceed after the supervisory council has started the vote.
Hi, just wanted to cross check the quorum is 19, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Hello everyone, sincere apologies for the delay. The vote is open now. Please log into your Nemo vote and cast your vote.
Shikhar, we have noted your joining, but your vote won't be counted for this particular motion. We shall take attendance after this motion again.
No issues. Thank you so much.
We are still waiting on 6 votes. If anyone is facing any issues with their Nemo vote, please let us know. Hi, we're still waiting on 4 more votes.
Hi, I just have a question. I opened my Nemo Vote account. It said that I cannot vote because the voting is not allowed or something like that. So is there something to be done for that?
We'll try, but from our end, your credentials are already added for the vote. So not very sure if you know why that is happening.
Alish, maybe you can try voting. It showed the same for me, but I was able to vote.
Okay, let me try. Okay, yes, I was able to vote. Thank you.
We are still missing out on 2 votes. So if anyone else is also facing any difficulty, please let us know. We have received all votes, 15 in favor and 4 against. So we have 2/3 majority. So I think Divya, over to you.
Thank you. We have 15 in favor, 4 against. So the motion passes with 2/3 majority. We move ahead with the next bylaw change proposal, constitutional change proposal. Okay. All right. Just a moment. MSI Constitutional Change Proposal, Proposer Gunur Kaur, position Vice President Internal Affairs. The original paragraph of the Constitution, Section 6, National Meetings, 6.1, National General Assembly, 6.1.1. The National General Assembly, NGA, is the annual conference of MSCI India, held in the month of April and May. It comprises workshop sessions, plenary sessions, as well as election of the new EBTO officials. 6.2, National Workshop Meets. 6.2.1, National Workshop Meets or NWMs are national meets that can be held at any time of the year. 6.2.2 NWMs are to be organized by an organizing committee headed by the organizing chairperson after submitting a proposal to the VPCB at least 1 month prior to the tentative date. Proposed changes to the paragraph of the Constitution, Section 6, Constitutional Division. 6.1 Executive Board. 6.1.1 The association shall be managed by the Executive Board. The Executive Board of the association is comprised of at least 7 people. The General Assembly votes one of the Executive Board members as President, one of the Executive Board members as General Secretary or Vice President of Internal Affairs, one of the Executive Board members as Treasurer or the Vice President of Finances, and one each as Vice President for External Affairs, Vice President for Activities, Vice President for Capacity Building, and Vice President for Exchanges. 6.1.2 The Executive Board is elected by the General Assembly for 1 year period. 6.1.3 The Executive Board is entitled to officially represent the association. 6.2 Team of Officials. 6.2.1 The team of officials is composed of 17 people. The National General Assembly also votes on the team of officials consisting of 2 National Public Health Officers, SCOF, 2 National Officers on Human Rights and Peace, SCORP, 2 National Officers on Sexual and Reproductive Health and Rights, including HIV and AIDS, SCORA, 2 National Officers on Medical Education, SCOMI, 2 National Exchange Officers, SCOPI, 2 National Officers on Research Exchange, SCOI, 1 Regional Director North, 1 Regional Director East, 1 Regional Director South, 1 Regional Director West, 1 Director of Public Relations and Communications. 6.2.2 The team of officials is elected at the General Assembly for 1 year period. 6.2.3 Team of officials is entitled to officially represent the association. 6.2.4 The team of officials can delegate tasks to other persons, but it will remain responsible for those tasks at all times to raise funds by membership registrations, subscriptions, levies, donations, and other means. Would the proposer like to explain?
Point of information.
Yes.
Due to some members joining in and leaving the meeting, I believe that the attendance has to be taken again to ensure that we have a quorum.
It is
Point of
another point of
information.
information.
Okay.
Yes.
And the chair, could you please confirm whose point of information should be taken right now?
Sorry.
Do I have the permission to go ahead with my point of information?
Okay, yes.
We can just anyone joining the meeting right now can just notify the plenary team, and we need not take attendance again and again to understand the importance of time right now. Thank you.
Point of information.
Arpita, first we'll ask Arpita to go ahead.
Yeah. Just a point of information, as long as the quorum is there, it is on the plenary team to decide if they need to take attendance again or not. And right now we do have quorum, irrespective of the members who have joined late.
All right. Hamza?
It was a point of information, and it has already been told by Shritika.
Right, thank you.
Regarding the attendance.
All right, Shritika?
I just like to point out that we also have some members who had left the meeting in between, I guess due to network issues. So I would just like the plenary team to ensure that we do have a quorum. Even if the attendance is not taken, I would just like to ask if the members who had joined it after and notified have voting rights or not.
All right, thank you. Arpita?
I'm so sorry, my hand was raised from before.
All right, thank you. I would just give me 2 minutes.
point of information. Do we have the SUPCO on call?
One second.
Hello.
Yes, we have to put on call.
I just had a clarification to make. We apparently had some unavailabilities for the SGA. However, we think we have them on the Zoom call right now. So, is it all right if we include them in the current quorum, or how should this be taken out?
Give me 2 minutes and I'll get back.
Sure.
Note to the plenary team and the EBTO. So even if there are members who have joined who are unavailable for the SGA previously, you can take the attendance again. And until unless we have a quorum, we need not worry and we can continue with the SGA.
Thank you so much. All right, so we shall go ahead with the attendance again. Attendance for the plenary team first. Dr. Divya Garg present. Aboli Borse.
Present.
Dr. Sana Mahajan.
Present.
Roll call for the EBTO. Dr. Prabhat Jha.
Here.
Dr. Neelam Salyan. Dr. Neelam Salyan. Dr. Neelam Salyan, do we have you here in the meeting?
He is there in the meeting. I guess he's facing some issues. He can type it in the chat box later, and in view of time, maybe we can go ahead.
Present. I'm so sorry, I had network issue. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Thank you so much. Dr. Gurnoor Kaur.
Present.
Dr. Diksha Joshi, not available. Dr. Arpita Saxena.
Present.
Dr. Soham Agrawal.
Present.
Dr. Alesh Shah. Is he typing in the chat box again?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right, moving ahead with the next one for timing. Prateek Sarangi.
Present.
Pankhuri Sharma.
Present.
Nidhi Mukhi.
Present.
Navya.
Present.
Shikhar Dabas.
Present.
Shrutika Bhatt. Shrutika Bhatt.
Shrutika is present right in the chat box.
Okay. Okay. Anagha.
Present.
Shivani. Shivani. Shivani, can you please confirm if you are present on call?
Divya, I'm sorry. I think she just dropped out because of internet issues.
All right. So Shivani not there. Dr. Riya Rajkumar. Dr. Riya Rajkumar.
Present.
Adarsh Srivastava. Adarsh Srivastava. Okay. Present. Dr. Prastuti Verma. Not present. Kritika Malik. Not available. Kritika Gogoi.
Present.
Hamza Ansari.
Present.
Harsh Joshipura.
Present.
Uma Swami.
Present.
Okay. We have 20 of 24 ABTO members, so the quorum is achieved. Just give me a moment. Moving on to the attendance for the subco. Dr. Purva Prabha Patil. Dr. Purva Prabha Patil.
Divya, she's not on call
Okay.
right now.
Dr. Madhvi Mehta.
Present.
Dr. Varisha Fatima.
Present.
We shall move ahead with the next.
Hello. Small point of information.
Yes.
During the attendance, my name was not called.
I am so sorry. Adarsh Nitha. Yes.
Present.
Noted. Your attendance has been marked. The quorum is achieved. We shall move ahead. Okay. So the MSI constitutional change proposal. Just give me a moment. All right. So the proposer is Dr. Gurmeet Kaur, position Vice President, Internal Affairs. The original paragraph of the Constitution, Section 6, National Meetings, 6.1, National General Assembly, 6.1.1. The National General Assembly, NGA, is the annual conference of MSCI India, held in the month of April-May. It comprises workshop sessions, plenary sessions, as well as the election of the new EBTO officials. 6.2 National Workshop Meets. 6.2.1 National Workshop Meets or NWMs are national meets that can be held at any time of the year. 6.2.2 NWMs are to be organized by an organizing committee headed by the organizing chairperson after submitting a proposal to the VPCB at least 1 month prior to the tentative date. Proposed changes to the paragraph of the Constitution, Section 6, Constitutional Division. 6.1 Executive Board. 6.1.1 The association staff shall be managed by the Executive Board. The Executive Board of the association is composed of at least 7 people. The General Assembly votes one of the Executive Board members as President, one of the Executive Board members as General Secretary or Vice President for Internal Affairs, one of the Executive Board members as Treasurer or the Vice President for Finances, and one of the Vice President as for External Affairs. Vice President for Activities, Vice President for Capacity Building, and Vice President for Exchanges. 6.1.2, the Executive Board is elected by the General Assembly for 1 year period. The executive 6.1.3, the Executive Board is entitled to officially represent the association. 6.2, the team of officials. 6.2.1, the team of officials is composed of 17 people. The National General Assembly also votes on the team of officials consisting of 2 National Public Health Officers, SCOF, 2 National Officers on Human Rights and Peace, SCOP, 2 National Officers on Sexual and Reproductive Health and Rights, including HIV and AIDS, SCORA, 2 National Officers on Medical Education, SCOMI, 2 National Exchange Officers, SCOPI, 2 National Officers on Research Exchange, SCORI, 1 Regional Director North, 1 Regional Director East, 1 Regional Director South, 1 Regional Director West, 1 Director of Public Relations and Communications. 6.2.2, the team of officials is elected at the General Assembly for 1 year period. 6.2.3, the team of officials is entitled to officially represent the association. 6.2.4, the team of officials can delegate tasks to other persons, but it will remain responsible for these tasks at all time, to raise funds by membership registration, subscriptions, levies, donations, and other means. Would the proposer like to explain?
Yeah, it is in order to have a proper numbering. The section about national meetings would, like if passed, be in section number 10 now.
Do we have a seconder for the motion? Dr. Neelam Salian. Do we have any amendments? I see none. Do we have a direct negative for the motion? Shrutika Bhatt. Do we have any alternate motions?
Yeah, just sending it in the chat.
Okay. Shrutika, can you please confirm if you're sending your alternate motion in the chat?
Hi, yes, but I guess the Zoom chat limit is not allowing to send the full proposed amendment. Can I just say the amendment and you guys can edit it on the screen?
Maybe you can email the plenary team.
All right. Can you please confirm the email address once again?
I'll send it in the chat box.
Can the plenary chair confirm if they have received the email?
One second. No, we haven't received any email from your end.
Can you please check again?
Working on that. All right, yes. So we have received the alternate motion from Shrutika. One second.
I'll just add it on the next slide. Then I can carry on with the.
Yes. So the alternate motion is as follows. Section 6, Constitutional Division. 6.1, the association shall be managed by executive board and team of officials. The executive board of the association is composed of at least 7 people. The General Assembly votes one of the executive members as president, one of the executive members as general secretary or vice president for internal affairs, one of the executive board members as treasurer or vice president for finances, one each as vice president for external affairs, vice president for activities, vice president for capacity building, and vice president for exchanges. 6.2, executive board. 6.2.1, the executive board is elected by the General Assembly for 1 month, for 1 year period. 6.1.3, the executive board is entitled to officially represent the association. 6.2, team of officials. 6.2.1, the team of officials is composed of 17 people. The National General Assembly also votes on the team of officials consisting of 2 National Public Health Officers, SCOP, 2 National Officers on Human Rights and Peace, SCOT, 2 National Officers on Sexual and Reproductive Health and Rights, including HIV and AIDS, SCORA, 2 National Officers on Medical Education, SCOMI, 2 National Exchange Officers, 2 National SCOPI, 2 National Officers on Research Exchange, SCORI, 1 Regional Director North, 1 Regional Director East, 1 Regional Director South, 1 Regional Director West, 1 Director of Public Relations and Communications. 6.2.2, the team of officials is elected at the General Assembly for 1 year period. 6.2.3, the team of officials is entitled to officially represent the association. 6.2.4, the executive board and team of officials can delegate tasks to other persons, but it will remain responsible for these tasks at all times to raise funds by membership registration, subscriptions, levies, donations, and other means. Would the proposer like to explain?
Hi, yes. This is to highlight that the Constitution Division has both the executive board and the team of officials. Further, the executive board and team of officials both have the support team as assist and can further delegate their tasks, but the responsibility has to be bared by the MSI officials themselves. Thank you.
All right. Do we have any seconders for the motion?
Point of information.
Yes.
Can the amended text be put on a new slide and being shown the entire
video
Can
so
you
that
please be a little loud? You are really not audible.
can the amended text size be increase so that it's readable to all? Because I personally can't read it properly.
Yes, we shall do it. We are working on it. Thank you. Any other point of order? All right. We shall move ahead. Any seconders for the motion? Shikhar Dabas. Oh, just a second. All right. We shall. Any amendments? I see none.
Point of information.
Sorry. Yes.
It's an alternative motion, right?
Yes. Okay. Noted. Thank you. We shall move towards the vote.
I think we can proceed to the voting now. So the voting will be original versus the alternate CCP. So just give me a moment. The vote is open. Kindly proceed to the voting. We are missing on 5 votes. So if anyone is facing any issues, please highlight it ASAP.
I cannot see any vote open in my account. Can you please check?
This is, so sorry, I cannot see who this is.
It's Nidhi.
Just a moment, Nidhi. Can I know what was Nidhi present in the roll call?
Yes.
Currently, how many votes are we having as per roll call? How many people in quorum?
We have 20.
Okay.
Point of information, even I cannot see the vote open on my account. Can you please look into that? This is Shikhar Dabas Momi.
Shikhar, all right. Give me a moment, please. Can the chair please share the updated attendance list with us?
I have shared it. I'll confirm once.
Yes, please. Also requesting the president to please just check with the EBTO if there are any more EBTO members going to join the SGA while it's happening. Because for each CCP, the quorum is changing and it's difficult for us to create votes. So if we
Sure.
can get confirmation, then that will be better.
Sure. I think we can proceed with the current quorum that we have and the current number of voters that we have. Yeah, I'll just check with the EBTO
Yes.
one.
Yes, thank you. I'm opening the votes. Please go ahead and proceed with the voting.
Point of information.
Yes. Shrutika, you had something to say?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible now.
I had a point of information.
Yes. Please go ahead.
Do the members who had voted on the previous NEMO vote need to vote again for this current alternative motion? or will they be counted in the earlier vote?
Sabko, would you like to confirm?
Yes, the vote has been reused. Yes, yes. So members who were not added to the voters list. So requesting all members to vote again.
Thank you.
Still missing out on 3 votes. If anyone is facing any difficulty, please let us know. We are still missing out on 2 votes. Is anyone facing any difficulty?
The vote has been open for around 3 minutes, in fact, more. So I would request the subco to kindly close the vote. And from now on, for every voting, the vote would be open only for 45 seconds. The subco can notify 5 seconds prior to the closing of the vote, and after that, the vote shall be closed. The supervisory council can confirm if they have closed the vote.
Yes, just give me a moment.
Sure. I would also like to announce that anybody who wants to propose any alternate motions or any amendments, kindly please be prepared with them to send them on time. There's already a lot of delay in the plenary, and it would be really appreciated if you can send them well in time.
Hello. So, neither the original nor the alternate has received two-third majority. So this will go for a revote again. I will open the vote and notify. Just give me a moment.
Okay.
Point of clarification.
Yes.
Since neither of the motions have received two-third majority, does the motion fails and like both motions, original and alternative fails, and we move ahead with the rest of the constitutional change proposal?
The subco has already notified that it will go for a revote, and they shall open the revote in a moment.
Hi, I have a point of order.
Yes, Arpita.
Won't it be relative majority since between the two votes here?
Okay.
Can the Subco just clarify, Subco and plenary teams clarify this once?
Yes, we shall look into it. Yes, Neil.
I had the similar, query that Apita has mentioned, or should both be, voted separately, like the original and then.
Okay. Thank you so much for letting us know.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, great. So just clarifying the point of order that was mentioned previously. So the previous vote that was opened that required a relative majority, but the relative majority also was not met. That's the reason we are opening the votes again. And yes, I think just give me a moment I'll open the votes.
Thank you so much. I hope the doubts have been answered.
The vote is open now. It will be open for exactly 45 seconds, after which I'll close the votes. We are still missing out on 6 votes. Closing the vote in 5 seconds.
Point of information.
Yes.
Kritika Gogoi has informed that she is not able to access the voting. Can the Supco please check once?
That was because she was not present during the attendance. Plenary chair, please make a note.
Yes. Can you please repeat the name, Shrutika?
Kritika Gogoi, RD East.
I'll look into it.
The vote has been closed. The original CCP in favor, 10 votes. In favor of alternate CCP, 8 votes. Abstention, 0. Original CCP gets relative majority, so that passes.
Thank you so much. Just a moment.
Pronouns, untranslated.
Can we please confirm if Kritika is there on call or not? Because as I know, she's not there on call.
I can't see her in the participants.
Yes. So since she is not there in call, her vote won't be counted. And with respect to this motion, the original motion passes with relative majority. And I would like everybody, I would like the host, first of all, please do, we will go ahead with attendance once again. But from now on, please do not let anybody in the meeting until the plenary is over. And if a person is not present on call, their vote won't be counted. So kindly do not leave the meeting. And this is the last time we would be taking the roll call. Kindly please take the plenary seriously. We are already running way ahead of our time. Yes, Shritika.
Point of clarification, will the quorum for the number of voters will be counted for the previous motion according to the attendance taken before the said motion?
Okay. Oh. The subco, can you please confirm?
Was I audible previously?
No.
Okay, my bad. So we received 18 votes in the previous voting, so the quorum was maintained. So nothing to worry there.
Okay, thank you so much. For the upcoming proposals, we shall go ahead with the attendance again. Give me a moment. Okay. So the roll call for the plenary team, Dr. Divya Garg present, Aboli Borse. Present. Dr. Sana Mahajan.
Present.
Roll call for the EBTO, Dr. Prabhat Jha.
Present.
Dr. Neelam Salian.
Present.
Dr. Gurnoor Kaur.
Present.
Dr. Diksha Joshi, not available. Dr. Arpita Saxena.
Present.
Dr. Soham Agrawal.
Present.
Dr. Alesh Shah.
He'll probably write it in the chat box itself.
Pratik Sarangi, thank you.
Present.
Pankuri Sharma.
Present.
Nidhi Mukhi.
Present.
Navya.
Present.
Shikhar Dabas. Shikhar Dabas. Shikhar Dabas, can you please confirm?
He isn't in the meeting room. As the meeting has been logged, I don't think he can enter if you would.
All right. No, so he'll be marked absent. Shrutika Bhatt.
Present.
Anagha. Anagha.
Present, sorry, present.
Sure, thank you. Shivani. Shivani. Not available. Dr. Riya Rajkumar.
Present.
Adarsh Srivastava,
Present.
Dr. Prastuti Verma, not available. Kritika Malik, not available. Kritika Gogoi, absent. Hamza Ansari,
Present.
Adarsh Netha,
Present.
Harsh Joshipura,
Present.
Uma Swami.
Present.
We have 18 of the 24 EBTO members. The quorum is achieved. We shall move ahead. Yes, Alish, noted your presence. I'll hand it over to Aboli now.
Thank you, Divya. Moving forward with the next constitutional change proposal proposed by Dr. Gunur Kaur, Vice President, Internal Affairs. The original paragraph of the Constitution reads as Section 7, powers of the organization. 7.1, to raise funds by membership registration, subscriptions, levies, donations, and other means. 7.2, to manage funds in the interest of the organization. 7.3, to enter into notarized contracts with employees, members, sponsors, media, and other persons, companies, organizations, and agencies. 7.4, to acquire by purchase, lease, or grant any property, and to manage, let, sell, exchange, or otherwise deal with property owned or used by the association with the approval of the EB. 7.5, to publish books, journals, papers, and other printed or otherwise publishable matter. 7.6, to appoint individuals and establish subcommittees to undertake specific tasks as required. 7.7, to engage legal counsel and take legal action in matters affecting the association as approved by the EB. 7.8, to sign, execute, and deliver any deed or document related to the business of the association as approved by the EB. 7.9, to meet the expenses of any member of the EBTO or person acting on their behalf and shall be approved by the VPF. 7.10, to hold meeting of members. 7.11, to remove office holders as mentioned in section 8.4. 7.12, to create and confer such awards and or honors as such the EB deems fit. 7.13, to regulate all proceedings at its meeting in such a manner as it may deem fit. 7.14, to conduct its meetings in person or by teleconference in case of unavoidable circumstances. 7.15, to make amendments in accordance with the Constitution mentioned in section 19. 7.16, to take up any other action in best interest of the organization which are not in contravention of the Constitution with approval from 2/3 majority amongst the EBTO. 7.17, any member or non-member can be held accountable for inappropriate behavior, including but not limited to bullying, defamation, harassment, and action can be taken against them. That includes but not is limited to termination of membership as per section 9 and or legal action as decided by the executive board in consultation with the supervisory council. Can we go to the next slide, please? Yes, proposed change in the paragraph of the Constitution reads as Section 7, election. The executive board and the team of officials shall be elected every 1 year at the National General Assembly. 7.2, eligibility of candidature. 7.2.1, having a minimum experience of 7.1.1, 6 months working in the respective standing committees for the position of national officers. 7.2.1.2, 6 months working in MSAI in the respective regions for position of regional director. 7.2.1.3, 6 months working in MSAI and previous PRC experience for position of director of public relations and communications. 7.2.1.4, 1 year as an MSI official for a position in the executive board. 7.2.2, the application is valid. 7.2.3, the member is present. 7.2.4, the EBTO should not have a criminal record. 7.2.5, is an undergraduate student studying in India in a medical college recognized by the NMC or within 1 year of graduation. 7.3, the candidate should apply by sending CV and cover letter to General Secretary and the President. 7.4, the following members will have voting rights: Executive Board, team of officials, and local committee representatives. 7.5, the candidates are announced publicly. The candidates may distribute their letter of intent to the members. 7.6, voting. 7.6.1, the voting shall happen at the National General Assembly through secret ballot or online voting. The numerical results are counted by an independent returning officer. 7.6.2, the result of the vote shall be announced at the National General Assembly. 7.6.3, any candidate may ask for the votes to be subjected to a second independent counting. 7.6.4, the voting slip should be sealed and kept at the registered office for a period of 1 year. 7.7, the elected representatives shall hold office for a period of 1 year from the date of their appointment. 7.8, in any unforeseen circumstances, an online voting can be called to elect or replace EBTO members after taking permission from the Supervisory Council and informing members of MSAI about the same. 7.9, any executive board member or team of official member will cease to hold office. 7.9.1, at the end of their term. 7.9.2, by a written registration, if accepted by executive board. 7.9.3, by their death. 7.9.4, by removal from office by counting in cases provided for the law. 7.9.5, by removal from the office as described in section 7.4 of bylaws. 7.9.6, by removal from the office through a non-confidence motion. Explanation, powers of the organization are in section 5. Would the proposer like to explain further?
No.
Any seconders for the motion? I repeat, any seconders for the motion?
The hands raised, Aboli.
Wait, I can't see. Sorry. Divya, can you please help me with?
Yes, we have Dr. Neelam Salian.
Okay. Dr. Neelam Salian as seconder. Any amendments?
Yes.
Could you?
I have emailed the amendment to the plenary team. Can you please check?
Yes. Okay, I'll go ahead.
Yes, I'm adding the amendment.
Sure, I'll go ahead reading the amended text. Section 7, elections. 7.1, the executive board and a team of officials shall be elected every 1 year at the National General Assembly. 7.2, eligibility for candidature. 7.2.1, only a member of association can apply. 7.2.2, having a minimum of experience of. 7.2.2.1, 6 months working in their respective standing committee for the position of national officer. 7.2.2.2, 6 months working in MSCI in their respective region for the position of regional director. 7.2.2.3, 6 months working in MSCI and previous PRC experience for the position of director for public relations and communications. 7.2.2.4, 1 year as MSCI official for a position in executive board. 7.2.3, the application is valid. 7.2.3, the member is present at the NGA. I'm so sorry to interrupt. The amended texts, can you please send it once with the correct numbering, because it might need to be revamped again. Especially
I guess
The
Aboli,
numbering and alphabetical orders can be changed later by discussing with the VPI. We can go ahead with the amendment, keeping
Sure.
in mind the time sensitivity.
Sure, thank you. The 7.2.4, the EBTO should not have a criminal record. 7.2.5 is is an undergraduate student studying in India in a medical college recognized by NMC or within a year of graduation. 7.3, the candidate should apply by sending the CV and cover letter to General Secretary and the President. 7.4, the following members will have voting rights for the election for upcoming EBTO, Executive Board, training officials, and local committee representatives. 7.5, the candidates are announced publicly. The candidates may distribute their letter of intent to the members. 7.6, voting. 7.6.1, the voting shall happen at the National General Assembly through secret ballot or online voting. The numerical results are counted by an independent returning officer. 7.6.2, the results of the voting shall be announced at the National General Assembly. 7.6.3, any candidate may ask for the votes to be subjected to a second independent counting. 7.6.4, the voting slips should be sealed and kept at the registered office for the period of 1 year in case of an online election. The results must be saved on the official MSCI India MSCI India at the fmsa.org email account for the period of 1 year. The elected representatives shall hold office for a period of 1 year from the date of their appointment. In any unforeseen circumstances, an online voting can be called to elect or replace EBTO members after taking permission from the Supervisory Council and informing members of the MSCI about the same. 7.9, any executive board member or team of official member will cease to hold office. 7.9.1, at the end of their term. 7.9.2, by a written resignation if accepted by the executive board. 7.9.3, by their death. 7.9.4, by removal from office by court in cases provided for in law. 7.9.5, by removal of officer as described in section 7.4 of bylaws. 7.9.6, by removal from the office through a non-confidence motion. Does the proposer accept the amendment?
yes.
Or does the seconder accept the amendment?
Yes.
Sure. Are there any direct negatives? I see none. The amended motion has been passed by Ninoka. Moving on. Sure, I'll go ahead. Moving forward to next CCP proposed by Gurnoor Kaur, Vice President Internal Affairs. The original paragraph of the Constitution 8.5, the membership fee shall be determined by the EB at the NGA every year and is subjected to change only after an unanimous vote by the EB. 8.6, the interpretations of these bylaws defined in the membership's guidelines are to be followed in case of disputes. Proposed change to the paragraph of the Constitution reads as 8.5, the membership fee shall be determined by the EB at the NGA or NWM every year and is subjected to change only after a unanimous vote by the EB. 8.6, the General Secretary shall maintain a national database of members of the association. 8.6.1, The national database shall be the register of members, which will include names, contact information, and other required information of its members. 8.6.2, the national database of members of the association shall be kept confidential and be shared with the relevant officials only when necessary. Explanation, the membership fee can be changed in NWM2. Does the proposer want to add anything to the explanation?
No.
Any seconder for this motion? Divya, can you please help me out?
Yes, Adarsh Srivastava.
Adarsh Srivastava. Any amendments? I see none. Any direct negatives? I see none. Motion passes nemo contra. Moving forward. Moving to next. CCP proposed by Dr. Gunur Kaur, Vice President, Internal Affairs. The original paragraph of the Constitution reads as 9.3, a judging panel should be set up consisting of uninvolved supervisory council members. The matter is discussed hearing both sides of the matter and a decision is made by 2/3 majority of the EBTO. The judging panel is only to terminate the membership and not to evict the individual from the positions, and termination of membership must be avoided as much as possible. To terminate the position of EBTO member, the process as defined by bylaw 8.4.2 is followed. Proposed changes to the paragraph of the Constitution, 9.3. A judging panel should be set up I'll repeat. 9.3, a judging panel should be set up consisting of uninvolved supervisory council members. The matter is discussed hearing both the sides of the matter and a decision is made by 2/3 majority of the EBTO. The judging panel is only to determine the membership and not to evict the individual from positions, and termination of membership must be avoided as much as possible. To terminate the position of the EBTO member, the process as defined in the bylaw 7.4.2 is followed. Explanation, 7.4.2 in bylaws deals with termination. Does the proposer need to add anything more to the explanation?
No.
Any seconders?
Adarsh Netha, RD South.
Adarsh Mehta, any amendments? I see none. Any direct negatives? I see none. The motion passes nemo contra. Moving forward to the next. Constitution change proposal proposed by Dr. Gunur Kaur, Vice President, Internal Affairs. Original paragraph of the Constitution. Section 10, Executive Board and Team of Officials meeting. 10.1, a meeting of meetings of the Executive Board and Team of Officials. 10.1.1, notifications of meetings of the Executive Board or EBTO must be made to the involved MSI official no less than 1 week in case of teleconference or 4 weeks prior to the meeting if in person, after consultation with the officials. 10.1.2, the Executive Board and the team of officials shall have at least one offline meeting and no less than 6 OLMs yearly. 10.1.3, any EBTO member missing from more than one meeting without prior notice is breach in code of conduct as per section 14, and a complaint would be forwarded to the supervisory council for the necessary action. Proposed change to the paragraph for the Constitution, section 10, meetings. 10.1, National General Assembly or Annual General Meet. 10.1, the National General Assembly is the annual conference for the association held in the month of April or May. It comprises of workshops or sessions, plenary sessions, as well as the election of the new EBTO officials. 10.2 National Workshop Meets. 10.2.1 National Workshop Meets or NWMs are the national meets that can be held at any time of the year. 10.2.2 NWMs are to be recognized by the organizing, I'll just repeat 10.2.2. NWMs are to be organized by the organizing committee held by the organizing chairperson after submitting a proposal to the VPCB at least 1 month prior from the tentative date. 10.3 Special General Assembly. 10.3.1 If any unforeseen circumstances, a special general assembly can be called by the executive board to make bylaw changes, elect EBTO members or replace EBTO members who resigned or was removed after taking permission from the supervisory council and informing members of MSA about it. 10.3.2 The SGA must be held in person or by teleconference. 10.3.3 Notice for SGA should be given at least 1 week before it takes place to the executive board, supervisory council, and team of officials. 10.3.4 The quorum of the SGA shall be 2/3 of the members of the executive board and team of officials. 10.3.5 During an SGA, should there be vacant EBTO positions, application call will be opened and voted upon by the EBTO. 10.3.6 The proceedings of an SGA shall be regulated in manner similar to plenaries as mentioned in section 21.1 of bylaws. Section 10.3.7 The calls for plenary teams for SGA should be open at least 1 week prior to the scheduled date. Explanation: EBTO meetings are dealt in the section 11. Does the proposer want to add anything more to the explanation?
No.
Any seconders?
Adarsh Neta.
Adarsh Neta. Any amendments? I see none. Any direct negatives for the proposal? I see none. The motion passes nemo contra. Moving forward to the next CCPA. Okay.
Is legible or should I move it into 2 slides?
Could you please move it into 2 slides?
Sure. Can you read it now?
Yes. Yes.
Just give me a second to insert the text here.
Thank you so much, Gurnoor. Moving forward with the next CCP proposed by Dr. Gurnoor Kaur, Vice President, Internal Affairs. The original paragraph of the Constitution reads as Section 11, Elections. 11.1, the Executive Board and a team of officials shall be elected every 1 year at the National General Assembly or teleconference. 11.2, eligibility of the candidature. 11.2.1, only a member of the association can apply. 11.2.2, having a minimum experience of. 11.2.1, 6 months working in their respective standing committee for the position of national officer. 10.2.2.2, 6 months working in MSI in their respective region for the position of regional director. 10.2.2.3, 6 months working in MSI and previous PRC experience for the position of director for public relations and communications. 11.2.2.4, 1 year as MSI official for a position in executive board. 11.2.3, the application is valid. 11.2.4, the member is present at the NGA. 11.2.5, the EBTO should not have a criminal record. 11.2.6, is an undergraduate student studying in India in medical college recognized by NMC or within 1 year of graduation. 11.3, the candidates are announced publicly and the candidates may distribute their letter of intent to the members. 11.4, voting. 11.4.1, the voting shall happen at the National General Assembly or teleconference through a secret ballot or online voting. The numerical results are counted by the Supervisory Council. 11.4.2, the results of the voting shall be announced at the respective National General Assembly or teleconference. 11.4.3, a second independent counting of votes can be asked for any candidate and will only be conducted if Supervisory Council determines a need for it. 11.4.4, the voting slips should be sealed and kept at the registered office for a period of 1 year. In case of an online election, the result must be saved on the official MSI India, msiindia@ifmsa.org email account for the period of 1 year. 11.4.5, individual candidates are elected by simple majority. 11.4.6, if a position has received more than one valid application, the candidate will be elected through a relative majority. 11.4.7, the following members will have the voting rights: executive board, training official, team of officials, and local committee representatives. 11.5, any member will cease to hold office A at the end of their term, B, by a written resignation with 1 month notice if accepted by EB, C, by their death, D, by removal from office by court in case provided for in law, E, by removal from the office as described in the section 8.4, F, by removal from office through a non-confidence motion. 11.6, in any unforeseen circumstances, an online special general assembly can be called to elect or replace EBTO members after taking permission from the Supervisory Council and informing members of MSI about the same. 11.7, votings for LCRs. 11.7.1, local committee representatives are elected on the first day of the plenary at the National General Assembly. 11.7.2, election commission shall conduct online elections during January-March to elect the local committee representatives. 11.7.3, eligibility for LCR candidates. 11.7.3.1, a member of MSI. 11.7.3.2, should belong to an MSI active college. 11.7.3.3, 1 year experience as an MSI official. TCL needed to be provided as proof. 11.7.3.4, should not be currently holding a position in EBTO support groups or units. Just a second. 11.7.3.5, should have organized at least 2 activities in any standing committee or units or organized 1 induction. 11.7.3.6, should be the college representative for ongoing term. 11.7.3.7, should not be a candidate from the upcoming EBTO. 11.7.4, individual candidates shall be elected through a simple majority. 11.7.5, if position has received more than 1 applicant, the candidates will be elected through a relative majority. Next page, please. Next slide. Yes. Proposed change to the paragraph of the Constitution. Section 11, board and team of officials meeting. 11.1, meetings of executive board and team of officials. 11.1.1, notifications of meetings of executive board or EBTO must be made to the involved MSI official no less than 24 hours in case of teleconference, or 4 weeks prior to the meeting in person after consultation with all the officials. 11.1.2, the executive board and the team of officials shall have at least 1 offline meeting and no less than 6 OLMs yearly. 11.1.3, any EBTO member missing more than 1 meeting without prior notice is in breach of code of conduct as per section 14, and a complaint would be forwarded to the Supervisory Council for necessary action. 11.1.4, a quorum should include 2/3 of the EBTO at least. 11.1.5, at all meetings including teleconference, each executive board and team of official member shall have 1 vote per motion. 11.1.6, if there's a tie in voting, the president shall have the casting vote vote. Would the proposer like to explain?
No.
Any seconder for this proposal?
Neelam Salian.
Any amendments? I see none. Any direct negatives? I see none. The motion passes. Nemo contra. Moving forward. Proposer the name of proposer of this CCP Gurnoor Kaur, Vice President Internal Affairs. The original paragraph of the Constitution reads as. I'm so sorry.
Before to the next CCP, I would just like to clarify one that was raised on the chat.
Varisha, I'm so sorry. I
Why?
hear you.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm audible now.
Yes. Not that clear, I'm afraid.
Is my voice better? I'm so sorry, my net.
Does anyone else can hear me or it's just my internet?
Oh, excellent. No, I think it's from the subco's end. It's from Varisha's end. Let's just wait for her to join back.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, mentioned there was a point of information that was raised on the chat regarding the duration of this SGA. So, as per the interpretation of the SUPCO, as per bylaws, the current team, ABTO 22-23, has known the SGA 1 week back. So, they are the ones who will have voting rights till the entire duration of the SGA. So, till this SGA is ended, and the chair ends this plenary, the voting rights will stay with EBTO 22-23. Have I clarified the concern?
Thank you.
Yes.
I'll move forward in that case, if that's okay, Divya.
Yes, Amoli, please move ahead.
Thank you. Moving forward with the next constitution change proposal proposed by Gurnoor Kaur, Vice President Internal Affairs. Original paragraph of the Constitution, Section 12, reads as Section 12, substantial compliance sufficient. 12.1, substantial compliance with these bylaws with regard to matters of the association shall be sufficient and shall be invalidated only by a failure to comply exactly with these rules. Proposed change to the paragraph of the Constitution reads as Section 12, finances. 12.1, the financial year of the association shall be from April 1st to March 31st of the following calendar year with respect to the income tax and other government rules and regulations. However, the tenure of the VPF will remain as described by the bylaw 9.1. 12.2, the funds of the association shall be in control of the EB and shall be kept in such bank or banks as the EB may determine. 12.3, VPF and any other EB member as described unanimously by the EB will have independent authority over the bank account and transactions. 12.4, the VPF has the association's bank account audited every financial year with respect to government rules, and a report shall be shared with the MSI officials and supervisory council along with a concise report being shared during the NGA. 12.5, the EB shall appoint a chartered accountant independent of the association to perform the audits. Would the proposer like to explain?
No.
Any seconders?
Soham Agrawal.
Soham Agrawal. Any amendments? I see none. Any direct negatives? Okay, I see none. The motion passes nemo contra. Moving forward to the next CCP. Proposed by Dr. Gurnul Kaur, Vice President, Internal Affairs. The original paragraph of the Constitution reads as 13.5. Any MSI member promoting an MSI initiative, activities, workshops, national meets with a different promotional material other than that one circulated already need to add the MSI logo and get approval from the respective EBTO member before circulating on the required WhatsApp groups of social media platforms. Proposed changes to the paragraph of the Constitution is deletion. Any explanation from the proposer's side?
No.
Any seconders? Soham Agrawal. Any amendments to the proposal? I see none. Any direct negatives? I see none. The motion passes nemo contra. Moving forward to the next CCP. Proposed by Dr. Gurnul Kaur, Vice President, Internal Affairs. Original paragraph of the Constitution reads as Section 14, Code of Conduct. Proposed change to the paragraph of the Constitution is replace the section with Section 14, indemnification of executive board members. 14.1. Every member of the executive board and every other officer of the association for the time being shall be indemnified out of the funds of the association against any liability incurred by any member or entity in discharge of any action or duty undertaken on the behalf of the organization and in defending any proceedings, whether civil or criminal, in which judgment is given in favor of the person or in which the person is acquitted. Explanation. Code of conduct is about internal working and hence part of the bylaws. Would the proposer like to add anything more to the explanation?
No.
Any seconders for this motion? Arpita Saxena, any amendments? I see none. Any direct negatives? I see none. The motion passes nemo contra. Moving forward with the next CCP proposed by Dr. Gurnul Kaur, Vice President, Internal Affairs. The original paragraph of the Constitution reads as Section 15, dissolution. 15.1, the association may be dissolved voluntarily at the National General Assembly of its members if the association passes a resolution to require its dissolution and the resolution is confirmed at the subsequent National General Meeting called together for the purpose. 15.2, a proposal for the dissolution shall be sent to all members at least 6 months before. I'm so sorry. 15.2, a proposal of the dissolution shall be sent to all members at least 6 months before the National General Assembly meeting. The proposal shall be sent by registered mail. 15.3, any assets or fund of MSCI at the conclusion of the dissolution shall be passed on to an institution of general benefit in accordance with the objectives of MSCI. Proposed change to the paragraph of the Constitution reads as Section 15, income, benefit or advantage to be applied to the objectives. 15.1, any income or benefit or advantage shall be applied to the objectives of the association. 15.2, no member of the association or any person associated with the member shall participate in or materially influence any decision made by the association. 15.2, no member of the association or any person associated. 15.3, any income paid shall be reasonable and relative to that which would be paid in transaction with open market value. 15.4, the provision and the effect of this clause shall not be removed from the Constitution or bylaws and shall be implied into any document replacing this Constitution. Would the proposer like to explain?
No.
Any seconder for this motion?
Srivastava.
Okay, Adarsh Srivastava, any amendments? I see none. Any direct negatives? I see none. The motion passes nemo contra. Moving forward with the next CCP, proposed by Dr. Proposed by Dr. Gurnur Kaur, Vice President, Internal Affairs. The original paragraph of the Constitution, we're supposed to add, proposed change to the paragraph of the Constitution reads as Section 16, substantial compliance sufficient, 16.1, a substantial compliance with the Constitution with regards to matters of the association shall be sufficient and shall be invalidated only by a failure to comply exactly with these rules. Explanation, adding section as it has been replaced with finances. Any more explanation from the proposer's side?
No.
Okay, any seconder for this proposal? Neil Salian, any amendments? I see none. Any direct negatives for the motion? I see none. The motion passes nemo contra. Moving forward. Moving forward, the next CCP proposed by Dr. Gurnur Kaur, Vice President for Internal Affairs. Original paragraph of the Constitution is to add proposed changes to the paragraph of the Constitution reads as Section 17, amendments to the Constitution. 17.1, amendments to the Constitution have to be decided upon during a plenary by a 2/3 majority. Explanation, adding section as it is important to have a proper protocol for amending Constitution. Any more explanation from the proposer's side?
No.
Seconder for this motion. Do we have a seconder? Yes, Adarsh Srivastava. Any amendments? I see none. Sorry, yes. Neil, was that, is there any amendment from Neil side? Okay.
We have received the amendment in the chat
Hello.
box.
Yeah, I've sent it. If you want, I can also mail it. Please let me know if it has to be mailed.
I think it's okay. We can.
Yeah. I have added in the text.
Yes. Does the proposer accept? So I'll read the amendment. I'm so sorry. I'll read the amendment. Section 17, amendments to the Constitution. 17.1, amendments to the Constitution have to be decided upon during a plenary by a 2/3 majority. All grammatical and renumbering changes to the Constitution can be made by the VPI without changing the meaning in between the plenaries. Does the proposer accept
Yes.
this amendment?
Yes.
Does seconder accept the
Yes.
amendment? Yes. Any direct negatives? Neil, okay. I'm assuming that is the amendments raised. Okay, sure. No, I see none. The motion passes, the amended motion passes nemo contra. Moving forward with the next CCP proposed by Dr. Gurnur Kaur, Vice President, Internal Affairs. The original paragraph of the Constitution is to add. Proposed change to the paragraph of the Constitution reads as Section 18, bylaws. 18.1, to regulate matters not described in this Constitution, the association has bylaws. The amendments and changes to the bylaws have to be decided upon at the plenary as described in bylaws. Explanation, adding section as we have separate document called bylaws to deal with internal structure and day-to-day functioning of the organization. Would the proposer like to explain further?
No.
Any seconders for this motion? Dr. Neil Salian, any amendments? Sorry, yes, any amendments? I see none. Any direct negatives for the CCP? I see none. The motion passes nemo contra. Moving forward, yes, with the next CCP proposed by Dr. Gurnur Kaur, Vice President Internal Affairs, original paragraph of the Constitution is to add. Proposed changes to the paragraph of the Constitution reads as Section 19, Dissolution. 19.1, the association may be dissolved voluntarily at the National General Assembly of its members if the association passes a resolution required its dissolution and the resolution is confirmed at a subsequent National General meeting called together for that purpose. 19.2, a proposal for the resolution shall be sent to all members at least 6 months before the National General Assembly meeting. The proposal shall be sent by registered mail. 19.3, any asset or fund of the MSI at the conclusion of the dissolution shall be passed on to an institution of general benefit in accordance with the objectives of MSAI. Explanation: adding section as it was replaced with income, benefit, or advantage to be applied to the objectives. Would the proposer like to explain further on?
No.
Any seconders for this motion? Dr. Neil Salian. Any amendments? I see none. Any direct negatives? I see none. The motion passes nemo contra. Moving forward, do we have?
This was the last constitutional change proposal.
I'd like to hand over to the plenary chair, Dr. Divya Garg.
Thank you, Aboli. So hereby we come to an end of the plenary. All the constitutional change proposals have been voted upon. So we would like to call it a day and adjourn the plenary, the Special General Assembly 2023. Thank you.